Hello everyone, my name is Will. You really don't care what my name is. And we are a few weeks away for the upcoming Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens movie. And I, for one, cannot wait for this movie to come out. There is just so much excitement for this movie. There's just so much build up. They've been doing a great job marketing this movie and just selling all this merchandise for this movie to come out. And you know what? All the fans are looking forward to this movie. I'm a Star Wars fan. I already got my ticket. I'm sure when I go see this movie, there are going to be a lot of people dressed up as their favorite Star Wars characters and even carry around their lightsabers just so they can go see this movie because there is just so much excitement. I think it's been a long time since we had a Star Wars movie that got so much hype. In fact, the last one I think was Phantom Menace, which the same thing. It got so much excitement, it got so much hype. A lot of people were looking forward to seeing this movie, but for some reason, it didn't do well. Why? Well, let's take a look at the story. I think the story, this is the first problem with it. The story for this is actually not a bad one when you talk about it, at least before the movie came out. Is where we see Obi-Wan Kenobi at a young age is going with his master Qui-Gon Jinn to go rescue the queen of Naboo, Padme Amidala, from the Trade Federation, who are being used by Darth Sidious, who would later know as the Emperor. Along the way, they encounter a young Anakin Skywalker, who we will also know to become Darth Vader. So that so if you say that before this movie came out, I think that would have been a very good story where we see Obi-Wan meet Anakin at a young age and how Anakin became a Jedi. But here's the issue with this story is that there is just so much talking. Literally, like you can take a look back at the Star Wars movie. You can take a look at this movie and you see there is more talking than there is some action. Really, there is less action than the talking. There is more talking. And that, for me, kind of bored the hell out of me. I mean, when I was a little kid, I don't even remember what was going on during the movie. I don't remember. Like, the only thing I remember was the lightsaber scenes, the fighting scenes. That was it. The story for this was not a bad idea, but when you add so much talking into this movie, you're just going to lose people's interest, especially if the talking is boring, it's not very interesting, and you don't care about it. You just want to get to the good parts. Now, yeah, in the other Star Wars movies, the original trilogy, they did have talking, but what they talked about kept you interested, it kept you hooked, it made you want to know a little more. In this movie, not even close. Not even close. What about the characters? Were the characters good? The actors playing these roles, some of the roles were not bad. Like the one playing Darth Maul, my favorite, and he did a great job playing that role. Yeah, Darth Maul didn't talk much, but he didn't have to. Just the look he gives you, and when he removed the hood and just looks at you with those yellow eyes, and that just says a lot. The actor playing Obi-Wan wasn't bad either, and the one playing Qui-Gon Jinn was not bad either. All three of them were pretty good characters, and I liked them a lot. The one for Padme, though, was kind of boring because she talked like this, like a robot. I am the queen. Yes. No. We will not fight. No. It's just wow. Wow, was that really the best she could do? Was that really the best? Like, no, nothing. Nothing. She just was a damn robot. And, okay, I might as well address this. I don't know what Lucas was thinking picking this kid to be Anakin, and what he wrote for Anakin to be like, but wow, was that bad. I mean, I I think the kid probably his agent probably he should have known better not to put him in this movie. Uh, and I can't blame him for trying to distance himself from the Star Wars movie because it didn't look good for him. He got the most heat. Him and Jar Jar Binks, who I will get to in a bit. The kid was not interesting. He was annoying. I mean, he was. I didn't like him at all, and I don't think anybody liked him either. And it's a shame because I think if they had made Anakin maybe a teenager, a teenage kid, then maybe it could have worked a little bit better. And hell, he would have been the same, probably the same close age as Padme. But having a 9-year-old kid fall in love with a, I'm thinking she was 16 years old on that age in the movie. Having a 9-year-old fall in love with a 16-year-old, that I don't know. Like, and the interaction between Anakin and Padme was it's kind of creepy a little bit. If you think about it, it really was. Oh, but the creepiness would continue on in the next two movies. I will get to that next week. But yeah, the characters were not that like the other characters were not that good. Like the only ones that were interesting were Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. That's it. And I don't even want to go much detail into Jar Jar Binks because I think everyone knows why they hated him and why he should not have been in this movie and he should have died from the very beginning. Yep. What about the effects? Were the effects good at all? Yeah. So some of the effects were not bad, but to me it feels like Lucas was using way too much of the effects. Like you could tell there was some stuff in it that looked fake, that were not that good. I think he was just. I think he loved how technology was around that time, how the CGI thing looked. So he tried using it all the time in his movie. Like that's not a bad idea, especially when we get to Coruscant. But as for the other stuff, yeah, it wasn't that good. Like some of the effects were not that good. Uh, the only thing I probably liked from the whole effects were how the fight with the lightsabers were. Because I think that was the first time we ever got a lightsaber fight between a Sith and a Jedi. Or at least two Jedi against a Sith. And I'm of course referring to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon against Darth Maul. The fight between those three was awesome. It was fun. And that was what probably was the best part of the whole movie. Was just that fight between these three guys. And they did a great job doing that. The fight between these two, the whole surroundings of where they were fighting was done well. And yeah, I mean that was probably the only good part about the whole movie was just that fight. The rest not that good. The fight in space when they were trying to destroy the space station was not that good. Uh, the fight in the palace was not that good either. Didn't like it much. Like I said, the only fight that was probably worth watching was the lightsaber fight. So that was it. So yeah, Phantom Menace did not do well, and the sequels that it would provide would not do any better. So until then, I will stop right here, and we will continue next week to talk about Attack of the Clones. So if you guys have a different opinion about the Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace, leave some comments below and let me know what you think. And I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care. See y'all next time.